time. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Go to the volume on the.
Mic check. Mic check. Oh yeah. Honey. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get it. How y'all doing? What's up, the Fox? Sweet dreams. Love us. Who's I love love this. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Cool Boy and Beans. Cool Boy and Beans.
Cool Boy Ambience. We got some YouTube viewers. We got some Twitch viewers. Welcome back, y'all. Here for another stream again this Friday. Hope you guys had a good week. So today we got Gamdias sent us this case here. And we're gonna throw some good, pretty high-end-ish opponents in there, components. We got, what is this? X670. We got an Asus ROG X670 that's gonna go in there. Some Lee Infinity fans. I think a 4070 Super. What is this? 4080 Super. Okay. One of our VRLA Deep Cool AIOs. But the main star today is gonna be this Gamdias case. It's the Neso or Neso P1W, the mid tower. So it's the Neso or Neso. Neso, how do you say that? Neso. I think it's Neso. Neso. P1W. So it's the Gamdias or Gamdias Neso P1W. Sick case. They kind of looks like an 011 or like that height case, or I think all these companies are now doing that type of style of a case, right? You got the glass here and the glass on the side, you know, airflow bottom, airflow top. The cool part about this case that kind of differentiates it from the others is you got a little button there, a little hinge door opens, another hinge door opens here. But that's not the main differentiating factor here. Is the main differentiating factor is going to be, you could take these feet off the bottom, right? You can have it standing upright like this, or take the feet off the bottom and put it on this back panel here. So this back panel here has some little like rubber pieces that you could just pop right off, and then put this whole build basically like horizontal or like laying down on itself. It's kind of gonna be like that little mini that mini fractal case we had, right, where you can put your monitor on top, or you could like have it horizontal or vertical or horizontal. But with this, you're not going to be able to put your monitor on top. I wouldn't recommend it with the glass there. But still, you can have it just laying down. I think that's a really cool little thing you can do with this case. And I will demonstrate that. I will do that today. I will be putting it down on its back. Basically, it'll be laying down on its back. And I don't think that would affect the airflow terribly. The only thing that would be needing to like breathing from the back is the power supply, which I think there's enough clearance with the feet for the power supply to get enough air with its one fan, and then there'll be airflow coming in from the left and exhausting from the right, which is technically the top. So yeah, really cool case by Gamdias or Gamdias, the Neso P1W. Do you want to put that in the chat?
Yeah.
Gamdias P1W. Maybe you could find the page, the link for it. What's up, Zach? Welcome back. See you there. We got Sweet Dreams back. We got Zach back. Zach Attack back. The Fox. Glad to see y'all here. So let's get started with this build now. I'll toss this to a side a little bit. You want to change the cam too, so show that demo. All right, so today we got this Crosshair X670 from Asus. It's one of their ROG boards, Republic of Gamers. It's a really nice board. Had it unboxed already. It's a Crosshair X670E, I believe. Is it X670E? It usually says on the motherboard, but with these motherboards, they don't say. We will. I think it's in the. It will say in the software if I get that far. Nonetheless, X670 Crosshair from ROG, Asus ROG. We're going to be putting a 7700X into there. So let's get that slotted in. Again, I like to toss it to its side just so I can get everything aligned. Nothing's really in my way. I have the most clearance when it's like this. Get that hinge down. And then just boom. Little lever handle. Got it seated. 7700X, really good CPU. It's not a 78 or a 79 or a 7950, right? It's a level above the 7600 X, and the 7700X. I think I think it sits there in the middle, the mid range price range, and amongst all the other CPUs. I still think was it the 13th gen i5? I believe it was a 13th gen i5. It's just a really good CPU. I think that one's still top dog. That one takes the cake, right? That 13th gen i5 still amongst the mid-tier CPUs. I think that one's still the best bang for your buck. Nonetheless, the 7700X is right up there with that i5, that 13th gen i5, right? You got the 7600X. I think that would be more with like an i3 maybe. Although, I mean, with AMD and Intel comparisons, it's a little different. But I think 7600X is better than an i3. But when it comes to the i5, I think the i5 is better than the 7700X. Nonetheless, really good CPU. And then we're going to be tossing in some Kingston Fury Beast RAM DDR5. So with the 7000 series, it's only running on DDR5. That's another cool thing about Intel is you can have DDR4. If you get like a DDR4 motherboard instead, you can still use your 13th and 14th gen, even 12th gen CPUs with DDR4 or DDR5. Nonetheless, I think AM5 will last a long time. We've seen with AM4 how long they went, right? They went the 1000 series, 2000, 3000, and then 5000. 4000 was laptops, and then they had like the 4100 also for the AM4 platform. So AM4 lasted a long time, and even though you cannot use DDR4 with AM5, I think AM5 will still last a very long time. They're coming out their 8000 series CPUs pretty soon, so it's going to be 7000 and then 8000 now. So they already got 2 generations under the belt of the AM5, compared to the last generation, which was 5, or the last motherboard generation, which was 5 CPU generations under just that one AM4. So I think they can do the same thing here. So although it might not seem like it's backwards or like future proof, like Intel is, I think it is very much future proof. So AM5 I think is here to stay for a while, and although it'll force you to upgrade a DDR5, I think from then on you won't have to do much upgrades besides your CPU, right? Because the socket will stay the same for a while. Who knows what Intel will do, although they allow you to do DDR4 and DDR5. they might change the size of their CPU. Who knows? So far with 12, 13, and 14 gen, they haven't, and you can use both DDR4 and DDR5. So interesting little thing to talk about there. Just wanted to throw that in about these CPUs. Um, Nonetheless, these Fury sticks are really nice. Got some RGB on them. DDR5. So I think I got 32. So 16, 16. I got 32 in here. I think they're just like 5200 megahertz, which is, almost double of what the standard was for DDR4 was like, what, 32?
32.
32. So nowadays you see the DDR5 going up to 6000. You could go above that. They say 6000 is the most stable with DDR5. I think these are rated for 5200, which I still is like more 2000 more than DDR4. So really good. I got my test NVMe here. This NVMe's been through a lot. It's almost has a curve to it now. Whoa. Yeah, it's been through a lot. But that's my test NVMe. Hopefully, like the presets on there for the RGB is just regular. I don't know what color it is on there, but hopefully the fans just go RGB just to show the whole spectrum of all the colors and stuff there. So we'll pop that in. Got the little Q latch on the motherboard there. Just boom, easy as is. And we'll leave the heatsink off for now because I need to access that screw hole there. This motherboard here doesn't have like that protruding standoff, or the case standoffs don't have the protruding standoff for the motherboard. My mistake there. But so I'll leave that off. I'll get that screw in and then pop the heatsink back on. Off that's the side there. Now let's prep the case a little bit. Take off some of these panels. So I already took that screw off this back panel. And we will be bringing that back panel back on so I could switch the feet and stuff on it. I don't think these panels come off, do they? They might. Oh yeah, so you just lift. It might be tight on there. Usually you'll just lift, but doesn't look like I can do that with this one. So we'll just leave the hinge on there. I'll work around it. Same goes for this one here. This one you could unscrew it, but I don't think that's ideal. And it doesn't lift either. That's fine. We'll work around it. Kind of gives you a lot of space, like goes all the way back here. And then this could go even further. So it gives you a lot of space to work with anyways. I'll just kind of bend it my way here like so. And we'll get some fans in there. I'll get this little screw box out. Let's see what they give us in there too. All right. Just some motherboard screws, zip ties. Little rubber replacement pads for switching the feet around, so you don't have any like holes there. Kind of just like, oh, they're not rubber, actually they're metal or plastic. That's really neat. So just toss those back in, and I'll be using the screws. They give you some really tall standoffs here. I wonder what these are for. We will figure that out. I'll take it to the side for now. Okay. I think I'm gonna start off by just getting that motherboard in there. Just to make some space around here. And all the standoffs are already in line, so I don't really need to move them around or anything. I'll just pop that in there like so. Or maybe I need to move one of them. Ugh. Should line up. There we are. There we go. All right, let me get a screw in there. Get that middle screw. Any chat stuff going on? I think the toasters giveaway is still going on. Is it still going on, Jay? Or? I think so last time with our giveaway, we didn't have a collaboration with a creator. It was a collaboration more with Thermaltake because we used their anniversary case. So we announced that winner. I think Toasters is gonna be the one to announce the winner with this giveaway. So make sure to keep up with Toasters, and then you'll see when that giveaway is announced who is the winner. And then we will re-announce that once he announces it. So we're just waiting on Toasters to announce that winner, if there is one yet. So far, I'm not sure if there has been a winner chosen, but whenever there is a winner chosen, he will be the one to announce it. He will be the one to choose, I think, too. So just keep an eye out for that. On the next giveaway after that, I think it'll be back to us choosing the winner. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. Keep up with Toasters, and we'll see who the winner is. And then we will re-announce it too, if you just want to wait on us to say it. We got a lot of other streams planned out too. A couple different new cases coming in. So we got this Gamdias one, obviously, really good case. I think it's their best case so far. They do a lot of different weird stuff. They have so many different cases, and just such a variety. I guess that's the right word to use. There's such a variety of cases and stuff, and I think this is the best one they've done so far. You know, obviously it's kind of like some of the other cases we've seen on the market, but they have their own little twist to it, and I like that. Gamdias always kind of does that. They put their own little thing to it. Let me get around here. I'm gonna take these. I think these are just SSD brackets here, so I'm gonna take those off. The ones on the back here, so we can get some fans on there. And I gotta say, the quality of this metal and like the build here is way better than I've seen on some of their other cases. I really like this case so far. Oh, thought there was more screw left for that one. Let me grab this one. There we go. Just give it a, let it fall lightly. That first one fell kind of hard. And then this one's too high. Let me just grab that one myself. All right. I'll toss these back in the box here. Those are kind of proprietary screws for the brackets here. I think you just mount SSDs on here, or like really tiny fans, probably like 100mm fans. Not too sure. But yeah, they do pay SSD on them, so for sure you can put some SSDs on here. There's also a dry bay in the back, kind of like the O11. So oh my god. So there's some like just twist it around and show y'all. You can put your drives back here if you wanted to as well, like hard drive or SSD. You got two of them back there. This is more like the height style, so like the Y60 or the Y70 style. More like that than it is the O11 style. So just slides in and out. It's almost exactly like the height style actually. And then same thing with this one. With the O11s, you kind of get it's a little bit different. There's like a little door here. You take that door off, and then you're able to slide the bays on and off with the height. In this case here, the bay just comes out. There is no door. Um, I don't have really any preference for either. I think they both do the job well. So it's pretty cool like that. Let's get some fans in. Let's do some fan work here. And then we'll get them in to the case. So we're going with these 011 Lee and Lee, not 011. 011 is the case. Lee and Lee Infinity fans, the Infinity Uni fans. Used these already a couple times on stream. Really good fans. I'm a really big fan of these fans. They're really good. I love how they just link together. You get that one cable. Man, I probably said that so many times, but I just can't say it enough. Like, I wish all fans were like this. I think going forward, as the old way of doing things, kind of just ages and these new type of fans come in, we'll see more and more of just simplicity and ease of going about building, especially when it comes to fans. I think fans have made a really big leap as of recent, maybe past 2 to 3 years. We've really seen fans take a big leap, like compared to some of the other standards of the PC building industry. I guess you can say the enthusiast industry. I think one of the weirdest things is the screws. So like screws, there's like you got the motherboard screws, you got fan screws, you got the power supply screws, which also like kind of double as PCIe screws, right, for like your graphics card. When are we gonna like make everything just the same screw? Why not? Just everything that needs to get screwed in, just the same screw. That would be awesome. I think that's one big thing that really throws people off when they're trying to build is like, what screws do I use? What screws go here? What screws? Sometimes even like you can get like a hard drive screw or even the PSU screw to screw in to the motherboard standoff. But technically there is already a motherboard screw for that, but some people, they don't know, their first time building or something, they're, new enthusiasts, and they don't even know. And they end up screwing something wrong in. I think that's the next quality of life change we need in PC building. Fan of these fans too. Yeah, we're both fan of these fans. These fans are awesome, and not only are they like really simple to use, right? Like to put together, and just less wires. So it makes cable management easier. It makes screwing them in easier. Everything just so much easier about these. Not only that, but they're beautiful, right? The RGB on them is nice. You get that little mirror, like infinity look that's on there. Yeah, they're really nice fans, so can't go wrong with those. Let's see. I think my biggest challenge is probably going to be the top and the bottom. Let me just take this top off real quick. And that's going to be my biggest challenge. So this is kind of like the Y60. There's a bracket up here. I probably have to attach the AIO to the bracket and sandwich the fan in between that bracket and the AIO, or the radiator of the AIO. And then the bottom is probably, again, one of my other biggest challenges here. Let's see down here. So this whole thing just kind of comes off like that, kind of like the top. And this might be easier, actually. I think I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to put these in as intake. Yeah, this is easier. So on the Y60, it's kind of the same. On the Y70, they changed it. They made it harder, actually. I don't really like that they did that for the Y70. They made it harder to get those bottom fans in. So it was really hard to get the top fans in on the Y60. It was easy to get the bottom fans in, and they swapped it around with the Y70. They made it harder on the bottom and easier on the top. I wish they can just make both of them easy. Same thing goes with this. It's kind of like the Y60. It's easier on the bottom, harder on the top. But we deal with what we got now. So we'll do the bottom first. It's the easy side, and then we'll do the top. It's a little bit complicated, but I'll show that and explain it. They do give us these longer screws for the bottom fans here, so they can just hook into these the screw holes here.
And then put the cable first.
Yes, Gary made a very good suggestion. Because last time I forgot to put these cables in, or I think last time I was just too confident in myself. It's not that I forgot. I think I was overconfident. I thought, hey, I'll be able to get my finger in there, and we saw how big that failure was. So I'm just gonna switch the cable around here on the Lee and Lee fans. And with these, I'm going to use the controller, so I'm not going to hook them up to the motherboard. There is another cable that you can just hook up to the motherboard. I'm going to hook them up to the controller and then the motherboard through the controller. I think it's neater, it's less wires, but you could flip the wire depending on which way you need the wire to go. So I'm just going to flip it because it's going to go to the back, and then just hook it on to the fans here, just like that. I think I've demonstrated that before to y'all. There is a little hole here for the wire to go in. So, actually, since it's like that, I'll switch it. I'll switch it the other way. So I was thinking like more like the Y60. They had like another hole here, but this one wraps around to the other side. So we'll just switch them around and pop them in. And get it in there like that. All right. You know what? I'm such a dork. I do need to switch it back around. I forgot the orientation of the fans were going to be intake. Look at me messing up. Doesn't matter how many times you build, right? Always going to be messing something up. All right. Finally, got it right. Got the wire going in through there, and then we'll get the screws on. I think that goes fine. Boom. All right. And then we'll get the other one on the other side here. In there. Awesome. And that makes it easier. I don't have to hold it anymore. Just start getting the rest of these in. Cool that they give you these screws, and they're kind of like silver, chromish color. Kind of matches the white aesthetic of the case. I think that's really cool. They also did that with the Lee and Lee cases. They used to give you all black, but now they give get one on the other side here. But now they give like color coded kind of in a way too. The black cases get black screws and the white cases get these like silver chrome screws, which they didn't do before. So I think that's cool that these companies are more paying attention to the aesthetic more nowadays, because a lot of people care about those things about their builds. Let me see. Although everybody cares about FPS and stuff like that, there's still a lot of people that care about the looks of their computers. Seems that, let me try. I don't like doing this, but no, huh? Maybe not long enough. It should be long enough. Oh, maybe. Now it's going in. You just gotta make sure it's kind of flat. Get your screws in, because sometimes they're not catching on. Huh. Move this here. Give myself some more space. Maybe this one will flatten it out. Yeah, this one caught on. Cool. Oh no. Huh. The screws are not catching on to the holes. I have an idea. Maybe I'll get some other screws. Maybe Gamdias didn't. So the threads on these screws are very short, right? I guess that just saves time in manufacturing. I'm not too sure why they always have them so short here and then the rest of it has no threads. I mean, technically you don't need those other threads, right? But maybe just a couple more threads, because I don't think they're catching on. You can see some of them caught on, but the rest of these. And to be fair, these fans are pretty thick on the outside, so maybe it's just not ideal to use these fans with these screws. Let me grab some other screws. Or do you know where
Yeah,
the legacy screws?
basically.
Do you have some, or are you gonna just grab mine?
I have them.
Yeah. So I have some other screws I'll demonstrate. They're almost the same length. They just have some more threads on them, so it could really get in there. They're a bit longer too, I guess. I don't want to knock Gamdias on that. Gamdias. Because these Lee and Lee fans are pretty thick. So the screw has to travel through a lot of fan to get to that other side. So, I mean, you can see some of them still even worked, right? But we will use those other screws for now. I think with their fans that they probably tested with their case, I think there wouldn't be an issue. Okay, so there are some screws. Just take a look at these feet. So I'm going to be taking these feet off and then putting them on the bottom side. We'll do that at the end. And so I'll show off the case kind of like this to y'all. And you can open it like that or like that. I think that's going to be really cool to see, have on your desk, show off your PC. It'll be really easy to like access your parts too if you need to clean it out, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. That was really innovative by Gamdias. I still don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's Gamdias. Damn it, I don't know how to pronounce that. These. Thank you. Yeah, Corsair just threads the whole thing.
Yeah.
Let me get one of those.
I like these better.
Yeah. Just to show off. So Corsair almost threads the whole thing. They go like halfway down, right? These are from like Zalman, like for our legacy case, and then you can see the Gamdias. So as you can see, try to make that best as possible on camera there, but the tallest one is gonna be this middle one here, the legacy one, but it has more threads than the Gamdias, but less threads than the Corsair one. The Corsair, they just go like halfway through. They don't even care. Like, hey, just take the extra threads, you know? Like, why not? I mean, I don't know how that works in manufacturing and stuff, but I don't think it hurts to just give a couple more threads. So we're gonna go with the legacy ones. I think these should go straight through, no problem. Yeah, boom. So we'll take these out. And again, not to knock Gamdias, I think, you know, they were manufacturing these for their fans, I guess, or whatever fans they tested on this case. These Lee fans are pretty thick, so can't knock Gamdias for that. But boom, these just lock in. I love these screws. I use them a lot, actually. These legacy screws, we call them, because they come from our legacy case. The Zalman case that we use for our legacy. But yeah, let's get past this part. We've been on this bottom part for a while. Let's see what the chat's up to. So this is the Gamdias Neso P1W. Really sick case. It kind of looks like the Y60 or an 011 Dynamic, right, from Lee. Very similar look. I think more so to the Y60, the height Y60. Really sick case, actually. It does have its own little unique features that differentiate it from those other cases. So it's gonna have like this hinge on the door here, and then you're able to change the feet from the bottom to the back. So you can lay it down like this. We'll be demonstrating that at the end of the stream here. Get this all out of the way now. We just hit a little speed bump with these fans here. Nothing too bad though. Got those in. Pick up the case here now. Let's work on, I think I'm gonna do these side fans. Hopefully y'all can see like that, yeah. Uh-oh. Need a. Can you get these things, but for the controller?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. So, if you guys don't know, I'm always asking Jerry for help here. If you're wondering who I'm always talking to, Jerry is our tech support here. He wears a lot of hats around here, and he also does like the behind the scenes stuff. He's reminding me about chat. He's reminding me, you know, he's helping me out with whatever questions y'all got for me, and he sets up the stream and everything. So I'm always asking him if I'm missing something. Hey, can you grab that for me or whatever? So that way I don't have to step off stream. Sometimes I'm forgetting a part or something like that. Yeah, Jerry's the best man. um,
How many do you need?
uh, like 2, 3, 2. Yeah, one more just to. So how much is it? So this build. So the case itself, we'll pop that up. We'll have Jerry pop that up right now when he's right back. I don't know the price on the case, but counting for all the components that we put in here, um, we do have like a pretty expensive motherboard in here. CPU, GPU is gonna be 4080 Super. I'm thinking this build's probably looking at 3K, right, with the components we put in it. But you could put different components in here um, to make the price go down a little bit, right? We do have some high-end parts in here, so it is going to be a little bit pricey. But the case itself, I don't think it's too pricey. Gamdias doesn't really have um, pricey cases, right? I think they make pricey looking cases, but they're not their price for them are not that much. They're asking how much I think how much this case is or how much the build is.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up.
Look up
The website doesn't say.
what does it say? Yeah they sent us this case to review for them, so I'm not sure. Around here somehow. Okay. Oh.
150.
150 for the case. Around $150, $200 probably tax and stuff like that.
It's normally 170, but it's on sale
Oh, okay.
on your end.
Wow. So it's yeah, this case I think has been out for a couple months now. It is they're from their latest drop of cases. Um, and they already got it on sale. So yeah, Gamdias is more of affordable. I think more affordable side of the enthusiast building. Right, you can get yourself essentially like a Y60 looking case for less of the price. Although this is pretty premium. It feels premium. The metal here feels great. I think this is one of their more higher end type of cases. I don't think they're messing around when it came to this one. So um, really good case. I don't think it's cheap at all. The build, the materials, really good case. Yeah, it's a good case. I'll show you some of the back here. I think they have the cable management department pretty figured out. They have like a good little bracket little thing back here. I think kind of differentiates. That's another thing that differentiates itself from the Y60. The Y60 kind of just had like hooks back there. I do like the Y60 for and the Y70 for cable management. It's really easy to cable manage in those cases. But I think Gambius or Gambius with this addition of the uh what this little bracket back here that I'll show y'all, I think it just helps out with that cable management just a little bit more. Get all these screws in. So I decided to go intake bottom, intake from the side right here. So we got 6 intake, 4 exhaust. We're gonna go 3 exhaust on the top, 1 exhaust on the back. Radiator is gonna be exhausting, so airflow is going to be great on this case. I don't think there's anything to worry about when it comes to overheating. I mean, the 7700X doesn't get that hot anyways, so it's going to be great for airflow on this case. Even with a 7700X, AMD doesn't get as hot as Intel, especially the 5000 series doesn't get hot at all. I know we got the 7000 series in here now, and they did raise the voltages when they came out with those CPUs, but still not as hot as Intel, and still not hot in general, right? So I think that was really good of AMD. You know, you got more power, you got stronger CPUs, and they still don't get that hot. So, and even in a case like this, I think it'll do the job of cooling your PC down, your CPU. So let's get this. I'll do a back one. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So, got a question for y'all. What games are y'all playing as of recent? I see everybody's on that Helldiver. I don't know if any of y'all are playing Helldivers. Really cool game. I've seen some gameplay. Haven't got it myself. I've been wanting to. It's just I got so many games I gotta play, so I'm like, oh man, here's another one. And I don't know which one to go to now, and everybody seems to be on Helldivers now, so I think I should catch the wave before it ends, right? And it just becomes, you know, just a game that somebody plays, and the hype is no longer there, you know. It's hyped up now. You got to get in while it lasts, you know. Hey, maybe it stays hyped up for a really long time, you know. They do some DLC or expansion pack, something like that. That would be cool. Oh, my drill died. Can you believe it? Uh-oh. I don't think I need it much anymore. But yeah, if you could, you know where my thank you again. Jerry's always helping us. Can't appreciate this man enough. All right, let's go hand powered for now. I got that back fan in there, got the side fans, got the bottom fans, and now I think this is the most complicated part. It's gonna be exactly like the Y60. So I was explaining earlier, when height switched from the Y60 to the Y70, they made the top part, right, the top part of like installing fans really easy. It used to be harder on the Y60, so they made the top part really easy, and the bottom was already really easy on the Y60, but then on the Y70 they made it harder on the bottom, so they made it easier on the top, harder on the bottom. And I was like, oh man, you guys just switched around the hardness here. And so with this Gamdias case, same thing goes. They made it just like the Y60, where it's harder on the top. You have to like get this bracket out. You put the fans on the bracket like so, and then you'll get the radiator and put that on top, right? So you sandwich that bracket in between them. I'm not a fan of that type of way. I don't know. I don't like it. I think the Y70 did it best. I don't know how to do it here. How do we do this? We can do it like this. I didn't want to stretch out those hoses so much. Yeah, we can do it like this. I remember the thing was about the. Oh damn it! I need more screws. Can you give me more legacy screws? I think the worst thing was trying to align it so that way you can get it back into the case. Because sometimes when you screwed the bracket on, it still wouldn't go into the case with the Y60. It was such a headache. And looks like we're gonna have the same issue here with this. Did not make it easy at all. Might need to move, just shift it. We'll see how it all turns out. My guy. All right, let's get it all screwed in here. We'll see how it all turns out. Maybe I'll shift it a little bit. Maybe I won't need to. Hopefully I won't need to. All right. So yeah, like a game like Helldivers, I think this PC will do great. I mean, a 4080 Super is gonna do great on any PC or on any game, right? But with this setup here, I think for Helldivers will be awesome. Uh, 7700X, I think will be just fine on Helldivers as well. So let's get this in. Oh, I'll lower that in there like so. And hopefully I did it correctly. There it goes. Yeah, I think that actually worked out. There's some clearance back here for the lid, for the panel, for the top panel. I think actually that worked out great. Awesome. Everything's screwing in just fine. So on the Y60, if you didn't like orientate this correctly or like you didn't move the bracket enough, it kind of like it wouldn't screw in, and then the top panel, the lid wouldn't go back on. It was so complicated, and I was so glad they changed it. And then they just made that same problem on the bottom of the Y70 when they changed the top. I know I said that so many times, but it's like, ah, my God. Okay, let's see if the lid goes on. Yep. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, I think they added a little bit more space than the Y60 with this Gamdias case. So good on them for making that little change there. I think that was great. A great move. Do we have some? No base. Oh no. Oh yeah, I got some of it back here. Just gonna actually lay this down finally for y'all. Oh, did I forget that? Yeah, I gotta be careful. Yeah. In here. Oh, so this hinges all the way back, gives you a good clearance. Good thing I didn't break that now. So sometimes it's harder on stream to build for y'all because I'm like trying to always show it to the camera and trying to get the best angle for y'all. Hopefully y'all can see clearly. So with these CPUs, I don't think I ever applied paste on these CPUs on stream. Did I do these on stream? So with these 7000 series CPUs, they have like these little cutouts. It's not like a just a perfect square like it used to be. It has like these little cutouts, and you can actually see the die kind of if you look in between the lid and the PCB. You can kind of see the like the CPU die in there. It's pretty interesting how they went about doing that. I guess it just disperses heat better. The lid is only attached on the corners, and then these two middle parts and the top and bottom part. So all these other little spaces you see around, you could look under there and you could kind of see the CPU die. It's pretty gnarly that AMD went um, with that I don't know with that architecture with that style, right? It's kind of weird. It's kind of different. Um, I don't know, I'm not thermal pasty. Uh,
You want alcohol?
that was pretty gnarly. No, it's fine. So I didn't want to put too much paste, just enough so it could cover the whole lid. Just the thing with these CPUs is that those little spaces sometimes the thermal paste, it wants to get to those corners, but then it just kind of falls off to the side. So you don't want to put too much there. And boom, just like so. And get these on there. Oh, might as well get the heatsink for the NVMe on there too. I totally forgot about that. So I usually go crisscross. I should have. Could have stuck with my way of doing things. Okay, I think I got it. That one on. That one's tightened. Get this one done. And the last one. All right. Plug these in. I think I'm going to try to just tuck it. Tuck it back. Oh no, you know what? I'll go. Usually I go behind the motherboard. I'll just tuck it back there. Makes it look a little bit cleaner. You could also go under the brackets of the AIO just to make it look cleaner. I will work on that in a sec, and then this will go behind. So again, I usually go behind the motherboard. It's much easier to do when I'm at my desk. But again, I think that looks good enough. Cool. I'm gonna close this for now. Flip it over, do some cable management. Oh no, you know what? I need to stand it back up first. Get some of these cables plugged in, and I'll finally get to show y'all this bracket I was talking about back here. all we got is power button. Right there. USB 3.0. Guess we go on the bottom there too. Got USB-C. And HD audio. Good old HD audio. That's all you get for the front I/O. So you get where is the front I/O here? You got two USB 3.0s, USB-C, audio jack, 3.5mm audio jack, right, and then the start button. Very simple. Actually, pretty advanced compared to other cases, right? You get 3.0s instead of 2.0s, and then you get the one USB-C. So that is actually a little bit future-proof compared to other PC cases. So that's cool to see that from Gamdias. There was one thing I forgot, actually. The wire. Oh, maybe I could access it from the inside. The wire for these pop fans on the radiator. How could I forget? Also, need a power supply for these. 1,000 watt. We should have one like out. Yeah. Somewhere. Uh-oh. This time I wasn't overconfident. I just forgot. Well, we'll try to make it work. We'll try to see if I'm dexterous enough to get this. Uh-oh. Maybe I am dexterous enough. What do you know? What do you know? So I won't lie, it's a little bit more space than that Air Mini. A lot more space than that Air Mini. With that Air Mini, there was no shot of doing that at all. Boom. Got it in pretty well. I mean, it's still tight back there, but you got a lot more space. Not gonna lie. Okay. Finally, I get to lay this down for y'all. We'll wait for Jerry to come back so I can show you guys the back side of this case here, all the cable management, how we're gonna deal with all that stuff. Thank you. So Jerry brought us the power supply. There was no like XPG.
Nah.
No. Corsair.
Oh, you want the?
Yeah, the 16 pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll wait on Jerry to come back so I can show you guys before I start cable management. Just kind of gauging out what I'm gonna do right now. Besides that, I won't do anything yet. Kind of just gauging out what I'm gonna do. There is another little feature here I just noticed that I do want to mention once we get that camera flipped. Once Jerry's right back. Pretty cool. Pretty cool that Gamdias kind of thought about all these little things to help out with the cable management. I do like that. The Y60 was already really easy to cable manage in, I mean, Gamdias just came in and kind of just made it better than height. Not gonna lie, made it slightly better than height. Just gonna unbox some of this controller stuff. Get this controller, put it together. So the controller is like a proprietary plugs or headers that Liam Lee came up with. Oh, it's only new? No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, they have those proprietary fan headers. There are the ones I mentioned earlier where you could put to the motherboard, but I like dealing with the controller better. It just makes it look cleaner, less wires. So you just plug them in. Then it goes to the power, fan power header, and 5-volt 3-pin header on the motherboard, and then USB 2.0 with 2 SATA powers to the power supply. And that's how we're going to power up these fans and get all the lighting and stuff on there too. So really simple, really easy. I like that Liam Lee did that. And they still give you the option of putting it to your motherboard if you want. Pretty cool, Liam Lee. We do have one. Perfection. Perfection. Can we get the camera?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I wanted to show y'all. I'm gonna toss this to the side for now. But so there's this bracket right here that the Y60 didn't have, right? So they took that design and made it even better, because in the Y60 it's really easy to cable manage, but they just made it even better. They made it even easier, you know. So I didn't know it was even possible on the Y60 because it was almost perfect to cable manage on there, and then they just made it slightly better. What I'm gonna do is kind of just make a channel right here that they already kind of created for us with the design of the case. Kind of gonna just zip tie that just to keep it all together. I might even need to zip tie some of the controller stuff on there too. So this might just be just an extra zip tie. And I was wondering maybe I could just, yeah, kind of stuff that there in that channel there, right? And then the other channel here, so it has like kind of the smaller channel attached to this bigger channel. This bigger channel could be for like the power supply cables. So awesome stuff by Gamdias to do that. I think it's actually working out really well. Everything will just go to that controller. It'll kind of be out of the way of the power supply. The power supply will live here. And then they got this lid, or not this lid, like this little stand right here that, so what I used to do is put the controller on top of the power supply, right? Let me just connect this. These, connect these. You know what? I'll do the other side for these. What I used to do was just put this on top of the power supply. So the power supply would like live kind of here. I would just place it on top of the power supply. But now we have this little stand here. We don't need to put it on the power supply anymore. I think you probably still have enough space to put another one under on top of the power supply if you do have more like another controller for like streamers or something like that. So really cool for Gamdias to do that, right? Just boom, they got the stand for it now. I got this own little area for your little controllers to live in. I think that was really cool for them to do that. Could even go. Oh, can we go up? This way. We'll have to go down. We'll see. Let me just get those plugged in. Get this controller stuff plugged in. It's USB 2.0. And then RGB and fan power. Just gonna get those plugged in. Really simple, really easy. This motherboard too, kind of perfect that it has like everything right next to each other. You got the RGB stuff right next to the fan power stuff and the USB. A lot of headers here. You won't be running out on a motherboard like that for sure. Flip it back around, and this is going to be a little bit of the harder part. We could go there. Yeah, we could do something like that. So zip that together. So they kind of give you they do the cable management for you on this case. I mean, it's incredible. They give you that channel. Custom water cooling. We will be doing custom water cooling very, very soon. Do not miss that stream. We're gonna do some on our own, right? And then we will do a stream of it eventually. You're not gonna want to miss that stream for sure. That will be a good stream to watch. We got a lot of different streams planned ahead. You guys are gonna love them. Next week, I think we're doing a Chrome 011 Vision. A Chrome, was it Chrome? The Chrome? The Chrome Vision? You know, you're the one that showed me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got it in. Yeah, so we're gonna do that one. Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff coming in, y'all. So don't miss out on the streams. Custom water cooling, we will have that coming up pretty soon too. Don't miss out on that either. It's gonna be really cool, actually. All right. There's one more thing that I do need. Oh no. And the last thing I need to grab me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the one that just has like just this part on it. You know that one? Oh, just the spiky part.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah. You see?
just the spiky part.
Oh, okay.
And then it goes to like not this part, but the like the opposite, the male version of this part.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right, where was I at? So just need a little other cable so I could connect the pump to the controller. That's another cool thing is that the yeah, thank you. So just so that I could connect the pump to the controller, and again, that's a cool thing that Lee and Lee also did there. They added to their controller, like the industry standard RGB header to their. It's not the standard, but it's a standard, I guess, that a lot of companies use. And they added two of those headers onto their controller. So just made it even more compatible with all your other RGB stuff, right? So really cool for Lee and Lee to do that. Um, so you can have your fans and all your other stuff linked up. I think even some of their cases use that industry standard. So not Lee and Lee doesn't do everything proprietary. They do add the industry standards to their products, which I think is really cool for Lee and Lee to do that. So that's what I did there. I added the deep cool pump to the Lee and Lee controller there. I know it's not sitting flush on this little.
You want 3M tape?
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, still live there. Usually we will put like 3M tape there to keep it there, and I kind of will like adjust it a little bit, make it perfect straight. We're just on stream right now, so you know we're not really doing things like how we would do them on our desk. We're kind of a little bit rushing on stream. I won't lie there. But yeah, we got everything in. Let's get the power supply in. Get the GPU in. We're almost done with this bad boy. So today we got a Corsair 1000-watt power supply. It's going to be the Corsair RM1000X. Very good power supply. This power supply is actually one of the coolest ones. So when we did that mini build, that fractal case on stream that one time, with this case it might not be as ideal, right? But this is what I was talking about with that case, that fractal case. The wires are coming out of the side of this power supply. That's not normal. That's not usual. That's not regular, right? That's not the usual thing that manufacturers do with their power supplies. Usually they're coming out the backside here, right? The opposite side of where you would plug in from the outside cable. You would have the power cables coming out from the backside, like every other power supply, right? And that's the issue we had with that fractal case, that mini case, that green one with the wood on it. I think that was the last stream, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't enough clearance to have that bottom fan on that case because of the cables coming out from the bottom. Now, if they came out from the side, that fan would have fit perfectly into that case, right? So those type of power supplies are very awesome, like this one here. This one works better for like the 5000T case that Corsair comes out with. It's not proprietary to that case, but it goes well with that case because there's a drive bay next to the power supply area on that case. So this gives the cables like a lot more space, and you don't have to like really cram them in between the drive bay and the power supply. So it gives a lot more space. And with those traditional PC cases, you put the power supply on the bottom under the power supply shroud there, and all the cables coming off in the back. It is not ideal to build with, so they made them come out from the side, so it would really be coming out towards you in the back with those traditional cases. In the case like this, you can kind of see that it's kind of a little bit awkward, but there's enough space up here to kind of angle everything. So instead of coming out from here or from the bottom, we're kind of doing a reverse and coming out like this. So it does look awkward. It's not as ideal, I would say, but it still works in a case like this. You just got to know what you're doing, and maybe take a little bit time with your cable management when doing something like this. But yeah, again, if we had something like that with that fractal case, obviously we wouldn't be putting the 1000-watt in there, and that little mini fractal case, it wouldn't even fit. It would probably be like sticking out of the top. But if we got like a 600-watt version of this power supply, it would go really neat with that fractal case to have the clearance for that one fan. I mean, um, being such a tiny case, and having a lot of grills on it and a lot of airflow, it didn't really need that fan. But having one fan compared to none is always better, at least. Uh, Nonetheless, we do got this case today, so we got that one to work, and we'll get this one to work as well. Go through the top here with these CPU power cables. This will be our SATA. We'll go to the bottom with that for the controller, SATA power. Won't be needing this. I don't know if I can fit my finger back there. I will just bunch this up kind of for now. Won't be needing this cable here. I'll zip it to the... That's just a PCIe 8-pin connector. If you had like a controller that uses that, kind of like the IQ Link fan controller, we won't be using that today. And then we'll go through here for the GPU power, and here for the motherboard power. Oh, I hit the camera. And we'll connect our SATA. Well, this is not the best. It's not the worst either. Zip that.
Sell to your customers anywhere with Shopify, the commerce platform designed for entrepreneurs. Online,
Awesome, and then we'll flip it around and
and on the
get those rest of those plugged in.
out the way you want, powered by Shopify.
Right. And I gave them a lot of space, but actually, forget, with this motherboard, we could put that 6-pin PCIe. I know it's 8 pins, but the motherboard uses 6 pins. That's to make the USB-C fast charger, and also one of the PCIe lanes to be faster as well if you were using like more NVMe's. I think I explained this before on stream. I already zipped it back there, so I think I won't be plugging that in today. But it's really cool that this motherboard does that. It offers fast charging to your USB-C header, and your PCIe lane if you wanted more NVMe's in your build, if you're kind of using it as like a workstation or something like that. Just gonna pick that up there, and let's get this GPU in. Okay. Oh, I see back here is gonna be yeah, this motherboard does come with also like an expansion card that you could put into the PCIe lane to add those extra NVMe's, which is pretty cool. So that's why they made that lane faster with the with the 6-pin PCIe power supply cable. Had that on my mind. All right, so we got those out. Gonna pop this in. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we might need to just to make a little bit more clearance. We'll take this little shield off, and we'll put it back on. All right. Just gonna move something. Some of these brackets are kind of getting in the way of the other brackets, but I think I moved them enough. Yeah, it's good enough there. Boom. And all right. Then we can get this back in there. I was never really a fan of these like little sliding PCIe cover things. It's a cool idea, but I don't know. I can do without them. Right. Okay, and all that's left. We do want to change the feet on the bottom though to the back, so we could lay it down. So we'll do that too. And let me just fix some of these cables on the back here. Looking pretty neat. A little black and white aesthetic. I think it looks good. We won't do much more cable management. I think it looks pretty good, and I can add some zip ties later. I do want, maybe I'll turn it on. We'll see how it looks vertically like this, and then I'll maybe flip it and then take the feet off. Yeah, maybe we'll do it like that. Oh, got a call. I won't be answering. Okay, let's get a power cable here. Let's turn this bad boy on. Oh, right. Leave that off. Okay. That was a failure. All right. Looking great. All right, so just like the Y60 and the Y70, you can't really see those bottom fans. You could see them a little bit if you're looking top down the way I am right now. Maybe you'll be able to see it more once we lay it down, but this is how it looks standing up vertically, right? We'll lay it down horizontally right now. But I mean, it looks great. kind of like the Y60. You do get these doors that hinge open, right? And with this door, you can see it came all the way to the back. When I was building with it, I was able to do that, which was awesome. It gave me a lot of space to work with, right? And you don't have to deal with taking panels off and stuff like that. And this hinge here, this door here opens up all the way too. So really awesome, really neat.
You want to turn off the lights?
Thank you, sweet dreams. Yeah, let's turn off the lights. And I will be working on this little panel here. We'll flip it right now too. Oh yeah. Yeah, the fans do add, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of space there and a lot of like just plainness. So the curves of the fans, and they really do add to it. You're right. Let me flip it. So essentially, this is how it's gonna look when it's flipped. Just it's gonna be on its feet. So maybe turn on one fan, one light. If y'all can see. So there are the feet here. There are some like rubber things on them, and then there are some screws. Oh, drill doesn't reach. There are some screws. They're like PSU screws, power supply screws, and then it just comes right off. And then you put them on the back panel. So we'll demonstrate that now too. And maybe you'll be able to see those bottom fans more. And then you can just put these back on. Oh, you know what? I think that's why it came with these. Yep. And you just put these on. They're like magnetic. They just cover up the holes and make the aesthetic better. And then the back panel, right? This is the back panel where the power supply would be breathing. You just pop these feet on there. And there was some rubber feet or rubber like little covers so that way you don't see the little holes or like spaces back here if you don't have the feet on there. We'll deal with that one right now. It's gonna be a little bit rough with them, I guess. Get out of the way. That one was easy. Yeah. Trouble. seem to be screwing in. Got an extra one. Oh, got it. Perfect. Okay. Now let's just make sure these are. I will say this is actually easier than that take one that we did. That one was a little bit more complicated. These are just switching the feet around, basically a couple power supply screws. All right, let's pick them back up. Put this back panel on, or now the bottom panel, right? Where did I put it? Getting a thumb screw. Where did I put that thumb screw? Right here. Just to keep this closed. All right. And now, boom. Now it's on its feet. Now we can shut this light again. Oh yeah. So those fans are a little bit more visible, right? If I showed them off. And again, you can open up all the way. Really awesome build here. Something different by Gamdias. They make a lot of great cases. They have some pretty good fans too. I mean, they make some pretty good PC parts. Shout out to Gamdias for sending us this case. Really awesome. I think for some people this will actually work out on their desks, right?
Yeah.
It's something just totally different, like how it's so open and you know, you just try this on an O11 or a Y60, you wouldn't have those feet to make a little bit space for your power supply to breathe. So the power supply is breathing just fine right now with that little space those feet give. Yeah, they definitely are getting way more creative, right? I mean, we've seen so much of the same stuff throughout the years, so. Don't forget to check out Toasters. We will see the announcement of the winner of the Toasters build. Check out the stream that we did stressing or benchmarking that Toasters build as well. And you can see those fans right there now in that angle. Any suggestions y'all have of what you want us to do on stream, let us know. We'll consider it. And oh, the battery went out on that one. We will have next week. We have some stuff planned out for the streams too, but we always take your suggestions as well. Next week we're gonna do an awesome like special edition version of the O11 Vision. It's gonna be a chrome O11 Vision. Awesome case. It looks great. I mean, we've seen the Vision already on stream, and we have a lot of pictures of it on our socials. We have it on our website, but we're gonna have it in chrome. I think you guys are gonna really love that one. It's gonna be an awesome build.
The glass mirror, no?
I think yeah, it has like a mirror-ish look to the Vision glass. So not only is it chrome, it has that like mirror look to it. It's gonna be insane build. Don't forget to check that one out next Friday, y'all. Thank y'all for stopping in. I hope you had a great week. Don't forget the giveaways. Check out our socials. Just stay active on there. And I hope y'all have a great weekend. I know my front camera died. Hopefully you guys can see me. Y'all have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll see you next week on Friday with that OLED Envision build. Thank y'all here from VRLA. Thank you guys a lot. Appreciate you guys for stopping in the streams. Have a great weekend, y'all. Peace.